Today we're going to give you the basics that helped Navi become the World Championship warm-up winners. We're going to see another Royal Champion charge here, but instead of using 11 invis, only going to use 3 here and using the recall as well. But you're going to see Santiago here struggles with this Royal Champion charge because the Fox gets wrecked. So invis goes off there, but look, not a very good invis. Have to double up on the invises, and then still the Fox goes down. So gonna have to recall the Royal Champion here. That's already a great start for us. So always nice when you can have unreliable pathing, particularly because the Royal Champion can be a bit funky in what she picks to target next. Anyways, going to use the Queen on the left-hand side to funnel, Royal Champion funneled to right, and going straight into a Rage Tower here, which is always nice if you're a defender, because you know you're going to force out an early Warden ability. So there goes the earlier Warden ability to make sure not all the troops die, and that means we're going to have a Town Hall compartment, but also a back-end Rage Tower, and a back-end, I don't even know what to call it, but that section that's overgrowthed on the right, high DPS sections of the base, all kind of split off from each other, but all going to mean that this Root Rider attack is really going to struggle to get across the base. Have a look at the Royal Champion here. She gets clapped. Oh my word, that was so much damage so quickly. The Minion Prince ability gets okay value, but definitely not the value that Santiago wanted here. The 2 Minion Princes are going in a 1v1 battle on the bottom side of the base. It's quite funny. There's not actually that many defenses targeting the Minion Prince, but goes down here, and look at how short this attack has fallen. Am I seeing this right? Am I seeing giants in there? Or are they super giants? Are they super giants from the troop thrower? Oh my word, he actually used the troop thrower in this attack. Not something I would recommend at all, but I guess the super giants, or giants, whatever they, probably giants, did some form of tanking. I don't know. Let me know down below if you think anything of the troop thrower. I just don't see why you would ever use it over a siege barracks, flinger, blimp. They are all stronger. And look at this back end section of the base though. Because the Royal Champion goes down super early, her job's often to clean up the base, even if she's put in with the Root Riders. But she can not be of use here because she got wrecked very early on. I love this base, just so many different high DPS areas, meaning your Warden ability really is not going to get anywhere near as much value. Basically same army as the last one. Gonna start off with a little bit of an Electro Brutes charge, but have a look at this, right? This Tesla that spawns completely changes the attack because MARC wants to get rid of the long range tower and the monolith here. They're very anti-Root Rider defenses, but the Tesla there would have pulled the Royal Champion to the left. MARC even bought some rocket balloons to set a nice funnel, but beautiful Tesla there. From End, I haven't even said End was the builder for all of these, one of the long-term builders for Navi. I think he's built for at least 3 if not 4 years for them. But because that extra invis is used to funnel, yes, MARC is able to salvage by getting the monolith, does not get the long range tower. Yet again, we're seeing the long range geared up tower here. Surprises me because the short range one is so strong. And look at this, just this Root Rider army is in so much trouble because the Valks went one way and the Root Riders went the other. And look, the Valks are going to get rid of that long range tower, but they cannot deal with that defending Minion Prince. And that means there is such little DPS with these Root Riders at the moment. Root Riders, they are super tanky. They walk through walls like nothing, but they don't do much damage at all. And you need the DPS behind them, and that's why the Valks are so good with this army, because unencumbered by walls, they can do a lot of damage. Warden ability has ended here. Minion Prince and Royal Champion are in the core. The Minion Prince ability goes off here just in time. Really well played from MARC there to make sure that Seeking Air Mine doesn't do too much damage. The Dark Orb does hit a lot of the important defenses here, but there's just still so many defenses up. The Royal Champion didn't do enough, and because the Minion Prince went so far towards the bottom, he's not pulling red bombs, and all the healers have gone. And if the healers die in this attack strategy, it's actually nowhere near as hard to defend it as you think it would be. Now, obviously, all these replays are on hard mode, but these replays are also against some of the best attackers in the world. So, I mean, yeah, it's hard mode, but yeah, I think it makes up for the fact that if you use this on regular mode against people who aren't the best in the world, it's probably a good chance to get you a defense, or at least as good a chance as any base. This does get close in the end. You can see it is Yeah, it got really close. Really close. It was a nice recovery here from MARC to get a solid percent. I love this, by the way. Tanking for the multi-archer tower. Also, that fire spitter shooting on the bottom side of the screen, that was... I hope you're not epileptic, because that is a lot of flashing lights on a Clash of Clans screen. Pay to win there, obviously, with this scenery. MARC gets up to 93%, but it is not a 3-star, and that's the defense that Navi wanted. Now we got EINSTEIN coming in with Super Witch Fireball. Obviously a very popular attack strategy, but let me know if you guys saw differently. But I watched most of the attacks from last weekend in the World Championship, and I don't remember one Super Witch hit tripling. I reckon saw, on average, one of them a war, maybe 1.5. Didn't see one of them tripling, which was really weird to think that this attack strategy that was so strong at Town Hall 16 just doesn't stack up in hard mode at the moment, and really it's all about Root Riders and Dragons, which is a little bit disappointing. Now EINSTEIN here is going to make a fatal mistake if I remember this attack correctly. So the Warden charge is coming in, got 5 invis. Another extremely well-placed Tesla. And I'm actually not going to show the rest of this because I want to keep this video short. Let's jump into the next replay. This one does end up being a huge defense though for Navi and Navi Gaku's base. In case you are curious, the last attack did get to 64%, but I figured I'd skip that and get to this one instead, because this is another Super Witch Fireball hit, so much easier to just show one of them. So the last one was 64%. This one we will show the full attack, because as you can see, the Fireball does get the value that is needed. Now the Fireball on hard mode does less range, right? It's level 24 that you get the extra range. So obviously not as powerful as it is in the main game, but still very strong hero equipment. So the Warden is now paired up with the Queen. Now normally you send the Queen on the outside of the base, but I like the idea of a Warden Queen charge here. Also, we're going to completely avoid the Giga Bomb that you see here, but the healers are going to start healing the Queen because she is very low, and we don't want her ability spawning in this early. So King on the top side of the base, and we've got the Troop Thrower yet again. Alright, clearly there is some method to the madness here. Now Troop Thrower with Super Witches makes a bit more sense to me than with the other armies, but still I would rather use a Siege Barracks. But I guess on this base, have a look at this base here, right? There's not really a lot of defense or buildings on the outside of the base. Now, the King does end up kind of coming inside the walls. I think that was accidental. So the Siege Barracks might have been nice in the end here. But there's no real walls on the outside, buildings on the very outside of the base. So you don't need the King, you don't need multiple units on the outside. So reinforcing your center troops with the thrower kind of makes more sense. That Town Hall is teeing off on our healers. Shame that Leo doesn't have the Diggy here on the Royal Champion. That Diggy would have stunned the Town Hall, but also the Fox is generally better anyway, particularly if you want to keep your Royal Champion alive for a long time. Super Witches are doing their best, but look, the back end of the base here, there's just so much damage on these hard mode bases, particularly the Rage Tower ones. Yeah, you cannot get out of the core of these bases. Healers go down, everything goes down so quickly, and this went from looking like an okay attack to yet again a low percent hit. Now there's going to be a few more base links down in the comments below than what I showed in this video. I wanted to show you them, but production for this weekend was pretty scuffed. There were some replays that I just couldn't show to you guys, so there will be some spare base links plus the ones you saw here. Really nice weekend for Navi, and their bases are amazing, and maybe you should use them.